Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. This is another one of those sort of ad hoc vlog videos that I do from time to time in between the how-to instructional content that fills the channel otherwise. If this is your first time watching, you're very welcome. I'm Richard. I'm a chartered psychologist and coach, and on this channel, I like to share insights from the world of psychology to help you be your best self at work. Now, in the last vlog, I answered the question, does your job ever make you sad? What I want to do is answer another question that I've received on the back of that, which is, what do I actually like about my job? There are lots of things, and it would make for a very, very, very long video, so I don't want to do that. I want to keep it nice and short, and I want to answer this in two ways. There are things I like about my job that are about what I do and about how I do it. So the how I do it, the thing I like about my job there is the flexibility. I am my own boss. So right now I'm at home. I'm looking at the river here. I came home to work here for the afternoon. No client calls in the diary. I want to get my head down and do some writing, and I could do that from here. I could do it from a coffee shop. I could do it from anywhere if I really wanted to. So there's flexibility. There's also managing my own diary. There's deciding how much work I'm going to do. Earlier in my career, I was the, let's say, recipient of more work than was possibly healthy to do. And so these days I'm very, very wary of taking on too much. So the how I do it is all about flexibility. It's about sustainability. It's about ensuring I'm doing work that brings me a sense of purpose and meaning. Work that I really enjoy doing. The other elements, the what I do, there's a few pieces in here, a few things that I normally say in response to this question. One, if a coachee on a call with me or in the room with me gets one of those light bulb moments, when they get an aha moment, something suddenly clicks for them, that's very, very satisfying. Maybe it's a point they're realizing that the role of their thinking or their emotions in a problem they're experiencing. Maybe their thinking about a challenge has broadened slightly. Maybe they're seeing options they hadn't considered before. Those aha moments, they're wonderful. And I derive a lot of satisfaction from sharing that moment with someone. The other example I might share is when someone comes back to a coaching session, or maybe a few weeks after a training course. Maybe they're on a development program with me, and they share how something they're putting into practice is making a real difference for them. Maybe it's a coping strategy to help them deal with a challenge they're facing. Maybe it's a simple habit they're cultivating, and they're beginning to notice the difference it's making. Or maybe they've taken significant action on the back of a workshop or a conversation, and maybe they've decided to make a big change in their life, find a new job, or have a very important but maybe challenging conversation with their manager. So when people feed back to me, I did that thing that we discussed and it's been great, I really, really enjoy that. And maybe further down the rankings would be when I'm able to normalize something for someone. I think this is a very important part of the job that I do as a coaching psychologist. When someone confides in me about thoughts they're having or about emotions they're experiencing, I'm able to normalize that for them. In other words, this is part of being human. This is part of having a mind. Your responses to this abnormal situation are completely normal. It's how we're wired. And that can take a lot of the pressure off here. A lot of the self-blame, a lot of the worry or concern that somehow they're strange or they're in a minority. Having a mind means we're going to experience some thoughts, some images, some memories, some emotions that aren't really nice. And that's to be expected. Helping people deal effectively with those thoughts and emotions, once they understand that it's part of being human, part of possessing a mind, it's very, very rewarding. I say it frequently that teaching people those thinking skills to be able to cultivate a healthier relationship with their thoughts, I find rewarding, but also they seem to get a lot of bang for their buck from minimal effort, minimal practice allows them to feel completely different about the situation. Maybe have fewer of those bothersome thoughts, or maybe, much more likely, that they're not so bothered by the thoughts because they're not wrestling with them, they're not trying to suppress them, they're not trying to remove them. I do consider myself incredibly lucky to do what I do and to work with these people. And so I think it's important maybe to balance the books there. There are challenges with a job like this, but I wouldn't do it if that wasn't overwhelmingly balanced out by the positives, because there are far more positives to a job like this than there are negatives. For you that asked that question, I hope it's been a satisfactory answer. If you'd like to ask any other questions about what it's like to be a psychologist, to do my job, please feel free to get in touch. You can either drop a comment below or you can send me an email. My contact details are on the website, which is also linked below. Hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.